Mr. Gavampil, Honorable Member of Parliament. Right. So now we are going to have another war, it appears. Swaziland doesn't want a war. No, he doesn't want a war. He wants the atmosphere of a war. He wants the atmosphere of a war. He wants the Sinhala people to rise up and then go rushing to the United Nations. But still for all, whatever the economic situation may be, Mr. Gavampil, you are the leader of men. You are the leader of the TV3 Hello Rune, and the public recognize you as such. So, I would strongly suggest you better go to Kurundi Vihara. You better go to Kurundi Vihara. Go there with your people. Sri Lanka has withstood quite a number of invasions from major, strong foreign countries. And the Sinhala people have withstood many an attack on its identity, on its culture, on its existence by many countries as well as by various racist racist groups. I say this as a word of caution to Sumandiran and his people, and Vigneshwaran, who is a good friend of mine, in fact, Vigneshwaran, not to press the issue too far. As it is, Sumandiran is playing a very cautious game, I can see that, but he is using the country's economic situation, the crisis here, to push through his demand for a separate state. Sumandiran's original demand, I must say one thing, Sumandiran has done a lot for his Tamil people. I must say that. While the Sri Lankan Sinhala Parliament was fighting each other and calling each other names, Sumandiran was working at the international level. He has done a lot for the Tamils. Can't blame him. He's a Tamil. And he's doing what he can, or what he believes is correct. What he believes is correct, or for his personal ambitions. What he believes is good or necessary for the Tamils, a separate state. He started with the federal state. And now it has developed into a separate state, that is the sovereign state of Tamil Eelam. I will tell you how he's going to get it. You see, now in the north and the east, this Kurundu Vihara affair and some others where it was forbidden to even erect a statue or a place of worship of the Buddhists, which is very strange because Buddhism also came from India. And India claims that the northeast population, the Tamil population is theirs. Right, theirs. Right? Indian. That is what some Tamil politicians were saying a year ago, saying that the north and the east are our people, Indian people, of Indian origin. So, be that as it may, if they are of Indian origin, they can go back to India, no? If they are Indians and it's Indian origin and they are Indians, they can go back to India without bothering us, no? It doesn't matter. But still, do you know how you get the separate state? If Ranil Wickremesinghe goes on with his political and And they say double talk. Double talk. In terms of the United Nations Charter, there are various hundreds of resolutions. Any given limited defined area can declare itself a separate state. A unilateral declaration that it is a separate state, a separate sovereign state. Now, when Swaziland's efforts are rewarded by Ranil Wickremesinghe activating the provincial councils, then you get self-government in the north and the east. Self-government, right? They will have their own schools and their educations and their, except those that are on the reserve list of the provincial councils, their trading policies, their building, their development, resettlement, all those things they will be attending to on their own, under their own governance. Police, with police powers are given. See, if that happens, the first step towards federalism is the activation of the provincial councils. That gives them self-rule with the minimum of control by the central government, which is on the reserve list of the amended constitution. But it virtually gives quite a separate entity within a country, within a nation within a nation. America can afford to do that. America has to do that. America and its United States. America is a huge, vast country, no? So you can't, no single person can manage to rule a country like America. So it has its own states, their own governments, with minimum control by the central government. It has its own legislature, it has its own parliaments, the provinces have their own parliaments, their own legislation, their own cabinets, etc., etc., etc. But where Sri Lanka is concerned, I don't see the necessity, any necessity at all, for a federal state, or for provincial councils for that matter. I don't see why you need 9 provincial councils, 9 provinces and provincial councils to govern Sri Lanka as states within states. When, if you take Colombo, from Colombo you can go to the furthest point in Sri Lanka, north, east, west, south, in a matter of hours. So, whereas in Canada, United States, Russia, those are areas which are too far apart, or which are too far apart from the capital or the central government for them to govern effectively. But Sri Lanka, it is, if the parliament is going to say, if Ranil Wickremesinghe or anybody who manufactured this 19th Amendment, which was, I think, the 78 Constitution, which brought in these provincial councils, I would say the failure is a failure as a politician, is a failure as a president of a country. If Jayawardena did this, is a failure because he did this to get votes only, not for any other reason, not for the good of Sri Lanka. He did it for his own good, to win the elections. And of course, at that time, the SLFP was quite out of favor. Right? Anyway, to win that election, Jayawardena did not have to win provincial councils, but he did that to get the Tamil vote, to garner the Tamil votes. He promised them the provincial councils, and he gave them, which are the cause of all the trouble now. Now, see as I said earlier, any definite geographical area with a permanent population and a self-sufficient state of government can unilaterally declare it a separate state. So very soon, if the provincial council is activated, Sumandiran's crowd will send a petition to the United Nations Security Council and to the entire world, that the defined borders of the Tamil Eelam, the state of Tamil Eelam, which starts from Puttalam, goes right up the northern borders, northern shoreline, comes down to Ampara, that is down south, about 3/4 down south, and enveloping quite a large number of parts in the northeast and the northwest, right? And especially the northeast. And then it is up to the other governments, other sovereign states, to recognize the independent sovereign state of Tamil Eelam. The United Nations has nothing to do with it. So, as it is, as I can see, the United States, the United Kingdom, then maybe France, and other Canada, definitely Canada, may very well recognize the unilaterally declared state of Tamil Eelam in the north and the east. Then what happens is they will begin international relations through embassies and high commissions. High commission will be set up here and in those countries, and international relations at local and international relations at an official level will start. That is the beginning of the separate state. Nobody can stop it. Not even the United Nations. The United Nations can't grant a statehood. The United Nations can admit as a member a state, but it can't create a state. It can admit and recognize a member as a member state. But nobody can stop the unilateral declaration. Then if a formidable number of countries, shall we say countries of formidable power and influence on global affairs, were to recognize the independent state of Tamil Eelam, the next step will be the moment at the time, if the Northeast can raise its own armed forces, its police force, manage its own finances, manage its own legal system, manage its education, manage its economics, manage its international trading, have an airport, an international harbour. These are some of the basics of a sovereign state. The moment they have that, they will petition the Security Council of the United Nations to be admitted to the United Nations General Assembly as a member state. That membership can be obtained by a 2/3 majority of the General Assembly, which at the rate the United Nations is acting against Sri Lanka, Sumandiran's crowd might very well get. And if that happens, we lose the north and the east for another 1,000 years. In terms of the United Nations Charter, the admission to the United Nations or as a member will be sent to the General Assembly, provided none of the permanent members of the Security Council veto it. The only ally we have at the moment is Russia, who has consistently vetoed all resolutions against us. The United States, United Kingdom, even France, I believe, has either remained silent. France has either remained silent or voted with it. Russia vetoed it. Right? So China has always been playing their own political games. Neither here nor there where Sri Lanka is concerned, except for its debt. That is our debt to them. So if there is a veto, it will not go through. But if there is no veto in the Security Council, the matter will be taken before the United Nations General Assembly. And a two-thirds majority will lose us, the North and the East, forever. That is why I said the winds of war have started wafting across the island. That is, with the recent developments this was brewing for quite some time with Ranil Wickremesinghe's presidency. The LTTE and the Tamil diaspora again raised its head and started demanding these most obnoxious demands, you see. Federalism, and then separate state, and now separate state. So now the Kurundi Vihara affair, that issue came now about 3 times. And yesterday was the 3rd time, where the chief priest of the Kurundi Vihara came there for a ceremony, and at the same time the Tamil people apparently led by Ajendran Ponnambalam, came to have another religious ceremony, a Hindu ceremony, at a place where they claim there were ruins of an ancient Kovil. And unfortunately, the chief priest was virtually manhandled by the Tamil people who came there. And I think he was addressing utter foul, filthy language. It's quite unbecoming. And they manhandled him, and unfortunately the police also played a very, very watery role there. But the Tamil people there were behaving very, very aggressively, very, shall we say, insultingly. You see, for the past few years, the North and the East, there have been even court orders made preventing the erection of any place of Buddhist worship, not even a Buddhist statue in those areas. So if that is not racism, I don't know what racism is. All those people who participated in that demonstration yesterday and the time before that should be prosecuted under ICCPR. It's an absolutely direct violation of the ICCPR. This police came there. They say there was a court order against doing that. Court order is one thing, right? But that is a matter for court. That's not a matter for the public. That is why I said that the time is coming when there are certain disputes that will arise which cannot be settled through courts. That is why I said that the war drums have started beating. The war drums are Sinhale war drums, not Tamil. Tamils are giving adequate provocation to the Sinhala people to start a war. That is one region's people. They are giving enough provocation for the Sinhala people to start a war. Okay. And there will be blood. See? So, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe will have to be rather careful in his activities and his theories and his constitutional convictions. In his activities, Otherwise, he is paving the way for the next war. Okay. Because we have a society now, we have a public, that is the public in discontent with the entire government, the entire parliament in discontent. And when the northeast issues come, it will be adding a lot of unnecessary petrol into the fires, So that is the situation that Sumanthiran is trying to engineer. See, in this way, he knows that as long as Ranil Wickremesinghe is there, or he believes that such a situation will not arise. So it is not Sumanthiran's intention to start a war. His intention is to use the country's most serious situation to get a separate state. But he does not realize that, as I said, the human mind is not controlled by logic. In given instances, one can never know what the human mind and the human conscience will do. And nobody can ever say with accuracy as to what a person will do at a given time in a given situation. This is why communism failed. Yes, to the human mind, 2 and 2 is not always 4. See? So, now I heard from Mr. Uday Gamampila, the leader of the Pivithuru Helaurume. Mr. Gamampila, Honorable Member of Parliament, I heard you ranting away day before yesterday about this Kurundu Vihare issue, that there is going to be trouble in the north when the priests come with their ceremonies and calls upon the president not to let that happen. And he says that the 13th Amendment will divide the country, will separate the country into 2, northeast, 1, and we will lose the north and the east. The IAB is saying that will be passed from 2011, from the time Ranil Wickremesinghe was jumping around with the Tamil diaspora and the Sumanthiran's crowd. I have been saying that we are going to have another war. If this goes on, we will have a war. You see. That is from 2011 or 2012 when I started this channel. So now we are going to have another war, it appears. Sumanthiran doesn't want a war. No, he doesn't want a war. He wants the atmosphere of a war. He wants the atmosphere of a war. He wants the Sinhala people to rise up and then go rushing to the United Nations and call upon sanctions. And then the IMF, foreign debt. That is what he is going to do. That will cripple us. But still for all, whatever the economic situation may be, Mr. Gamampila, you are the leader of men. You are the leader of the Pivithuru Helaurume, and the public recognize you as such. So, I would strongly suggest that you stop these interviews in air-conditioned comfort or in areas far away from the north and the east and start shouting about separatism and separate states. You better go to Kurundi Vihar, you better go to Kurundi Vihar, go there with your people and then stage your protest there without doing it in Colombo. There were some lawyers who were representing the Kurundi Vihar Adhipati. But there are a few lawyers, you see. There is a limit to what they can do. I think they have gone for a writ against some of the decisions given by the magistrate. But you have the power. You have the power of the people who are behind you, which is quite a formidable lot. So I would strongly suggest that you consider going to the troubled areas when there is a serious issue, not only third-rate issues, like, somebody pushing a police constable or something, that's not an issue. But issues like this, which concern the heritage and the culture of a Sinhale Buddhist nation, at that point, maybe you should consider going to those places and staging a protest. So, it's up to you. I hope you will not start a war, but that is what you have to do. So, Sarath Fonseca was there, say, about 1 or 2 years ago. Who could have done that? But now Sarath Fonseca is also, mollycoddling the Tamil population in Jaffna and the northeast, for the election. Because at the moment, election view has come to a new high, and all that the parliamentarians want is to win the elections. Or Sajid Premadasa wants to become the next president, Anu Kumar wants to become the next president, Ranil Wickremesinghe says he's going to stay for another 100 years as the president for life, right? He at least is planning for the next 5 years. Ranil Wickremesinghe is planning for the next 5 years, so he'll probably be the next contestant from the UMP. Then the board tour is still to field a candidate or name a candidate. A lot of speculation about it, but they will send somebody, I suppose they will. See, their whole business now, you see, my simple question is this. The demand for an election or a presidential election, we'll see. Who are you going to vote for? Can you see among these people who are likely candidates, can you see anybody who can lead this country? Was anybody on the streets? Who will you vote for in the presidential election? They will tell you, don't be silly, are you mad? Not going to vote for anybody. You see, Sajid Premadasa says that Anu Kumar is a murderer. Anu Kumar says that Rajapaksas are rogues. Rajapaksa says that you are going to win the election. That is the triangular fight here, At the end of the day, the same bunch, same set of people. I don't see the point of voting for any of these people. You know what I mean? So that is why I say there will be blood unless some miracle happens. If Ranil Wickremesinghe goes ahead with these provincial councils, there will be blood more terrible than this country has ever seen. Think about it.